Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Ava Jerome's character destruction enrages fans. Is Maura West exiting GH? General Hospital, GH spoilers reveal that there have been some serious writing missteps for Ava Jerome, Maura West, in recent months. We're all for having troublemakers and creating drama on a soap, but it needs to make sense. Ava's life was honestly going pretty well until she decided to make herself the only person Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bennard, could trust for reasons that still aren't entirely clear. DHA viewers will recall that Ava was getting along with Sonny and co-parenting Avery Corinthos, Ava and Grace Scarola, in a positive way. Ava also had a nice friendship with Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, but she blew it all up. It was strange considering the only thing Ava got out of all her manipulation was Sonny liking her a little more than he already did, and that obviously proved to be temporary. Ava's plans eventually backfired, and now the writing for her has gotten even worse. Somehow a story about exposing bigoted Natalia Ramirez, Eva Leroux, has become all about making Ava the villain instead. It's true that Ava caused collateral damage by unleashing that recording, but it's bizarre when they've got so many characters screeching about how Ava's leak is the real problem. It's unfair to downplay Natalia's cruel comments just to make Ava look bad. Now that Ava has ordered full placebos for Sonny, fans have another reason to complain. After all the horror that came after Ava switched Morgan Corinthos, Brian Craig, meds, including a disfiguring fire, you'd think that might be a line Ava was hesitant to cross again. That's especially true since Ava is putting Avery at risk by allowing her to be around her volatile father while he's completely unmedicated. Shouldn't Avery's safety be a bigger concern for Ava? No one is asking Ava to be a saint since we all know what she's capable of, but putting Avery in physical danger is arguably going too far. Many viewers are rejecting Ava's latest villainous turn since it's over the top and could potentially point to her exit from the show. Are the writers painting Ava into a corner that'll force her departure? Maura West is a powerhouse performer who's gotten quite popular over the years. Although West always delivers incredible scenes, she deserves better than the writing she's getting, especially if TPTB are trying to shove her toward the GH exit door. General Hospital spoilers say Ava will continue her efforts to push Sonny over the edge, so we'll bring you updates on the terrible news ahead and more predictions on the outcome for Ava. Ava Jerome stood in the dimly lit gallery, the soft glow from the art pieces casting eerie shadows on her face. Her eyes, once filled with the fire of determination and cunning, now mirrored a deep-seated turmoil. The whispers in Port Charles were louder than ever, questioning her every move, her every motive. Fans of General Hospital had watched Ava navigate through treacherous waters, balancing her roles as a mother, lover, and formidable adversary. But lately the tide seemed to be turning against her, and not just in the storyline. The recent plot twists had painted Ava into a corner, her once formidable character now appearing more fragile and reckless. The writers seemed intent on dismantling the strong, complex woman that Maura West had brought to life with such vigor. Online forums buzzed with outrage as fans voiced their discontent. Ava's decisions, once sharp and calculated, now seemed clouded by desperation and confusion. In her office, Maura West sat staring at the script in front of her, a furrow etched deep on her forehead. The storyline seemed relentless, pushing Ava to the brink in ways that felt out of character. The lines blurred between the character she had meticulously crafted and the person she was being forced to portray. Was this the beginning of the end for Ava Jerome? The latest script had Ava making a series of disastrous decisions, alienating herself from her closest allies. Her relationship with Nicholas had crumbled spectacularly, their passionate exchanges replaced by bitter confrontations. Their once fiery romance, marked by deception and redemption, now seemed like a distant memory. Ava's betrayal of Nicholas, driven by a misplaced sense of self-preservation, had fans shaking their heads in disbelief. The Ava they knew would never be so careless, so self-destructive. As Ava's world spiraled, so did Mora's frustration. She had poured her heart into this role, becoming a beloved fixture in the General Hospital family. The fans' adoration and loyalty were testament to her dedication. But the current trajectory of Ava's storyline felt like a betrayal, not just to the character, but to the fans who had invested so much in her journey. Social media was ablaze with speculation. Was Mora West considering an exit? The mere thought sent ripples of anxiety through the fandom. Ava Jerome had become an integral part of Port Charles, her presence a delicious mix of danger and vulnerability. To lose her would be a blow, one that many fans felt they couldn't endure. In the midst of the chaos, Mora decided to take matters into her own hands. She requested a meeting with the writers and producers, hoping to gain some clarity and perhaps steer Ava's story back on track. The conference room was tense as she laid out her concerns, her voice steady but laced with the passion that had driven her career. "I understand the need for drama, for conflict," Mora began, her eyes scanning the faces around the table. But Ava's not just a plot device. She's a complex character with a rich history. I feel like we're losing sight of who she really is. The producers exchanged glances, the weight of her words sinking in. They had seen the backlash, felt the fans' fury. Ava's destruction was not just a narrative choice. It was a risk, one that threatened to alienate a significant portion of their audience. One of the head writers leaned forward, a thoughtful expression on his face. "We hear you, Mora. Ava's journey has always been a balance of strength and vulnerability. Maybe we've tipped the scales too far." The discussion was intense, filled with a passionate back and forth about Ava's past, present, and future. Mora's commitment to the character was evident, her insights invaluable. By the end of the meeting, there was a tentative agreement to reevaluate Ava's storyline, to find a way to honor her complexity without reducing her to a caricature of her former self. As Mora left the conference room, a glimmer of hope flickered within her. The road ahead was uncertain, but at least there was a chance to course correct, to bring Ava back from the brink. The fans deserved that. Ava deserved that. Back on set, Mora immersed herself in her scenes, channeling the turmoil and resilience that defined Ava Jerome. The upcoming episodes would be crucial, a test of whether the writers could navigate this precarious path. Ava found herself in a dangerous game with new adversaries, her every move scrutinized and second-guessed. But beneath the chaos, there was a spark of the old Ava, a glimmer of the woman who had faced down her demons and emerged stronger. The fans watched with bated breath, hoping for redemption, for a return to the character they had come to love. And as Mora delivered her lines, each word laced with the raw emotion that had become her hallmark, the fans' anger began to simmer, replaced by a cautious optimism. Perhaps Ava Jerome's story wasn't over yet.